So we are going to begin with the redox reaction. Okay, so today you'll be learning different kinds of reaction, what exactly they are. Okay, and this is one of the most important class of chemical reaction. Okay, this redox reaction is one of the important kind because you find many application in your daily life. If you see daily life example, you will find many redox reaction taking place. They say almost 1/3 of the chemical reactions what take place, okay, those are redox reactions. See, like combustion is an oxidation reaction. Okay, so one element undergoes oxidation, the other one will undergo reduction. You know, redox is also combined of two words. Here red stands for, actually it is combination of two reaction. Red stands for reduction here, and then OX stands for oxidation. Okay, so redox reaction is a combination of two reactions, that is reduction as well as oxidation, which is taking place simultaneously, correct? So in our daily life, I said combustion is one type of example. Okay, and so many combustion reactions we are having. And then rusting phenomenon. Rusting is addition of oxygen. Iron combines with oxygen to form rust. Finally you will get Fe2O3. Okay, ferric oxide will be formed, then they get hydrated. Okay, so here what happens is nothing but addition of oxygen taking place. Okay, so rusting is one such phenomenon. And then photosynthesis, this you might have learned in your high school if you remember. Okay, during the photosynthesis, you know, carbon dioxide combines with the water and finally they give rise to glucose, correct? No, there is formation of glucose, plus there is there is a release of oxygen also taking place. So during this reaction what happens is reduction as well as oxidation taking place. Okay, so this is one such phenomenon, photosynthesis, very important for the life to exist. And then see, one more example is aging process. Okay, as a person becomes older and older, so they say that they undergo oxidation. Okay, so aging is one such process where oxidation takes place. So this doctors and scientists, what they suggest is to make use of such elements, okay, which can stop this oxidation. So like vitamin C is one such compound, okay, which will slow down the aging process. So they say, you know, you should consume more amount of vitamin C and vitamin E, okay, which contains more of vitamin C and vitamin E. They will help you to slow down, you will look more younger. Okay, and these compounds are called as antioxidants, which does not allow the oxidation to take place. Okay, so this is one example. And you can you might have observed this also, apple, if you keep it for a long time, you know that they undergo oxidation and a black layer will be formed. So if you put little amount of lemon on that, you will see that the oxidation will stop. Okay, so this lemon, that is vitamin C, will act as a antioxidant there. So you can keep it for a longer time, it will not turn brown that easily. Okay, so vitamin C is acting as antioxidant. And then batteries. Okay, in the batteries, you know, there is chemical reaction taking place, that is redox reaction. Yeah, even banana. Okay, banana, they turn out to be brown, so that brown formation is because of oxidation. Okay, so here one more example I said is our batteries. Most of the electrochemical cells, okay, not even these batteries, are mobile batteries, inverters, okay, those are undergoing a redox reaction. Okay, so that's one application. And one more is a space shuttle. So here we require oxidant. Okay, so oxygen and hydrogen usually they take, so that they get enough of thrust to escape from the gravitational force of the earth's surface. Okay, so that's another example of redox reaction. So these are the applications, students. So you know, so many phenomenons, that is physical as well as biological, which is taking place in our daily life, which come under redox reaction itself. Okay, so now let us move on in little more in detail. What is these redox reaction is? So you need to know what is oxidation and what is reduction. Okay, so let us discuss this. Let's start from the beginning. That's from the history of it. Okay, what is oxidation reaction? Okay, so initially that name oxidation has come because they used to think when an element combines with oxygen, okay, whenever there is addition of oxygen taking place, that will be called as oxidation. Okay, like if I take magnesium and make it to react with oxygen, I will get magnesium oxide. Okay. So here magnesium reacted with oxygen to give you magnesium oxide. So this will be called as oxidation reaction. Addition of oxygen. Okay. So addition of oxygen can be called as oxidation reaction, but not every time you will be adding oxygen. No, not all the elements combines with the oxygen. Sometimes other element also can combine, like if I take magnesium with chlorine now. Okay, so here magnesium combines with chlorine, giving you magnesium chloride, MgCl2 will be formed. Okay, now what type of reaction will this be called as? You can understand this by, see, oxygen is more electronegative element. So anytime you add oxygen to any positive element, that will be called as oxidation. Fine. Now, one more thing to remember is, if you add any electronegative element other than oxygen, any other electronegative element, okay. Now here chlorine is an electronegative element which you are going to add to the magnesium, means they are going to combine with the magnesium, okay. So then that will be also called as oxidation, okay. So later they even said that addition of electronegative element, okay, addition of electronegative element can also be called as oxidation. Okay, so these are the two definition I gave you: addition of oxygen or addition of electronegative element. Now next, one more thing you see. Now if you take methane, CH4, combine with oxygen, you know, two compounds are formed during this, correct? No, methane combines with oxygen, giving you carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, so now here methane to carbon dioxide, what happens here? You see, there is addition of oxygen, correct? No, yes, then we can say it's oxidation. But simultaneously something else also has happened. If you observe properly, carbon has taken oxygen and get converted to carbon dioxide, but simultaneously there was removal of hydrogen also, correct? No, so there is removal of hydrogen also taking place. So now one more definition comes into picture. When there is addition of oxygen, there is something going out also. Okay, so hydrogen was found to go out. So then removal of hydrogen is also called as a oxidation. This is oxidation itself. See, there is addition of oxygen happening, correct, but then simultaneously there was removal of hydrogen also. Okay, so removal of hydrogen is also termed as oxidation process. Okay, so that's one. Now hydrogen, if you know, hydrogen is more like electropositive, correct? No, hydrogen is an electropositive element most of the time, because they will be associated with the carbon or any of them, oxygen, like that. Okay, so most of the time they are electropositive in nature. So now if there is removal of any electropositive element, then that can also be termed as oxidation reaction. Okay, so if there is any removal of electropositive element, then that can also be called like that. Okay, so one more definition is removal of electropositive element. Okay, this can also be called as oxidation reaction. I believe this you are able to understand. I know you know the definition of this addition of oxygen, you have studied in your lower classes. Okay, addition of oxygen is called as oxidation, removal of hydrogen is also called as oxidation, you have studied. Now two more definition gets added up over here. Okay, there are many definitions, but we will start slowly along with that. Okay, so addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, you already know. Now one more extra definition which is added over here, not only oxygen, if you find any electronegative your element added to any element, then that also can be called as oxidation. Okay, so addition of any electronegative element or removal of electropositive element, because hydrogen over here is more electropositive compared to carbon, and that has been removed out during the process. Okay, so then removal of electropositive element. So there are different types of reaction happening. Not every time we have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen only. So other elements, so that time also you should be able to tell what reaction it is. Okay, so removal of electropositive element will also be called as oxidation. So you can write down, students, write the definition. You can write the definition as oxidation reaction, you write in this way. Can be defined as addition of oxygen, put a bar and write. So you can write like this. Oxidation reaction can be defined as either addition of oxygen, either addition of oxygen or electronegative element, correct? Electronegative element. Or one more definition you can write, removal of hydrogen, or electropositive element. Okay, finally you write this definition. Enough. This much is enough if you know. Yeah, so if oxidation is these things which are happening, then remember reduction is exactly opposite of this. Okay, so then what will be reduction? Reduction is just reverse of whatever happens to oxidation. Okay, so if I am telling oxidation is addition of oxygen and addition of electronegative element, then reduction will be removal of oxygen and removal of electronegative element. Okay, and if you are adding hydrogen, addition of hydrogen and addition of electropositive element, that will be called as reduction. Okay, exactly opposite. Okay, you can remember one thing properly. Okay, oxidation, if you know correctly, that's it is addition of oxygen or addition of electronegative element. Oxygen, when comes to your mind, you should know it's electronegative, so any electronegative element added. Okay, or removal of hydrogen or removal of electropositive element. So I said reduction is exactly opposite. So what will be reduction? Reduction I can write as, reduction is, you can write it down, okay, by yourself. So that means reduction is removal of, it is removal of oxygen, removal of oxygen or electronegative element, or electronegative element. Or you can write addition of hydrogen, addition of hydrogen or electropositive element. Okay, addition of hydrogen or electropositive element. So this will be reduction, exactly opposite. That much if you remember would be enough. Yes, now we'll go for next definition. See, these are like you got altogether actually 4 definition. Okay, for oxidation as well as reduction. One is in terms of oxygen and one electronegative element, one in terms of hydrogen and electropositive element. Okay, now next we will go for these oxidation and reduction. Okay, in terms of electrons. Okay, I am writing in terms of electron now. See what they are. For example, if I take sodium atomic number is 11, correct? No, 11 means I can write as 2, 8 and then 1. Now this definition we are going to do in terms of electrons, okay, both oxidation as well as reduction. So if I take sodium, you know sodium has 1 electrons in their outermost shell. I am writing in terms of shell, okay, here 2, 8 and then 1 I have written. So there is 1 electron which is present in their outermost shell. This 1 electron can be lost very easily during the process, correct? And then they will turn into sodium ion, that is Na plus 1 electron will be lost. Okay, so if there is loss of electron during the process, okay, here there is loss of electron, then that reaction will be called as oxidation reaction. Okay, remember. Okay, so here sodium is losing 1 electron to give you sodium ion plus 1 electron. So loss of electron is termed as oxidation. Now if I take chlorine element, atomic number is 17. Okay, atomic number of chlorine is 17. So electronic configuration will be 2, 8 and then 7. I've written in terms of shell again. Okay. 2, 8, 7 requires one electron during the process to become stable. Okay. So they can take one electron. They can receive one electron and get converted to Cl minus. Okay. So they have taken one electron. You can see the electronic configuration. In sodium it is 2 and 8. In chloride ion, it will be 2, 8 and then 8. Okay, so they have received one electron during the process. So gain of electron will be called as a reduction. Okay, so this is called as a reduction. So in terms of electrons also you should know. This is like the more as the research started taking place, they started modifying the definition. Okay, a few more things started getting added up in this particular definition. So initially we had all those four. Now when they discovered in terms of electron, they started giving the redox reaction in terms of electron also. Okay, so oxidation is loss of electron and reduction is gain of electron. We have a small acronym for this to remember. We remember in this way: oil rig. Okay, oil rig. So oil here stands for oxidation is a loss. Okay, and rig means here reduction is gain. Okay, so we are talking in terms of electron here. So oxidation is loss of electron and reduction is gain of electron. Okay, so this is one way to remember the definition also. Okay, so you can write down next definition below that only. You write in terms of electron, oxidation and reduction in terms of electron. Then write this one. Now see, if both of these takes place simultaneously, means if oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously in a reaction, then that will be called as redox reaction. Okay, yeah, then that will be called as redox. Otherwise this is just half and half. No, oxidation is one half reaction and reduction is another half reaction. But if both of them are happening simultaneously, then we call them as redox reaction. Okay, so redox reaction is the one in which both oxidation as well as reduction takes place simultaneously. Okay, so you can write down next thing, redox reaction. So I will write down the example of same sodium chloride itself. See, sodium plus chlorine together. Okay, now you know chlorine doesn't exist in Cl form, they exist in Cl2. I did not balance there. Okay, I just wrote for one element that time, but actually you should be writing for two. Okay, so here one sodium combines with Cl2. Okay, so then it will give rise to NaCl, but like this two molecules will be there. So that means I need to multiply this by 2. Okay, so here sodium during the process will lose an electron. So if I'm having 2 sodium, then 2 electrons will be there. Okay, because for one sodium, you know, one sodium loses 1 electron during the process. Now here to balance it, we need to multiply by 2, correct? No, so I need to multiply this by 2. So that means there will be loss of 2 electrons. Together, I am combining this together and telling you. Okay, and then this Cl2 will take 2 electron to get converted to Cl2 will take 2 electron to get converted to 2Cl minus. Okay, and here 2 sodium loses 2 electrons. So these 2 electrons will get cancelled. So we combine and write like this: 2Na plus Cl2 giving 2 NaCl. Okay, so this will gain 2 electrons. Okay, so this is an example for redox reaction. Yes, you can take H2 plus F2 giving 2HF also. If you take this as well, H2 plus F2, then here hydrogen will be losing electron and fluorine will be gaining electron. Okay, to get converted to 2HF. So hydrogen will be losing 2 electrons. You see here 2 hydrogen are there. So there will be loss of 2 electrons. And these F2 will take 2 electrons. 2 are there, no? F2 are there. So they will take 2 electrons. So gain of 2 electrons. Okay, now listen here. See, I told you sodium is undergoing loss of electron and chlorine is gaining the electron. So you need to now learn two more things. One is what is oxidizing agent and the other one what is a reducing agent. Okay, oxidizing agent and reducing agent. See, now if sodium is losing, then who is taking those electron? If sodium is undergoing loss, that means sodium is undergoing oxidation, correct? No? So who is taking those electrons? Those two electrons are taken by chlorine, correct? No? So chlorine will be called as an oxidizing agent, okay? So what chlorine does is actually it makes the loss of this sodium element, okay? So sodium will lose those two electrons. Those electrons will be taken by chlorine. And what will happen to chlorine if they get those electrons? They will undergo reduction, correct? No. So oxidizing agent is those agent who will oxidize somebody but themselves undergo reduction. Okay. So here what happens during the process is chlorine takes the electron. First thing what chlorine does is it will take the electron. Okay. Once they have taken the electron, they have increase in the electron in them. Okay, so there is increase in the electron taking place in them. It's like, see, it is almost like this. If a person goes for a robbery, okay, a robber is there who goes for a robbery, correct? No. So then he will go to that house and he will try to take all the money, the gold and everything. Okay, so what will happen where he went to that place where he went exactly, either maybe bank or house, wherever it is. Okay, so those people will lose it. So they will be losing it. But what will happen to this person? He will be gaining it. Correct. So that means this person has made the loss of other, but he himself has undergone a profit. Okay. So that is what as oxidizing agent does. Okay. They will oxidize somebody. They will make the loss of somebody, but themselves undergo reduction. Okay. So that is oxidizing agent. And reducing agent is opposite. See what reducing agent does here. Sodium is a reducing agent because chlorine is undergoing reduction. So the neighbor one will be the reducing agent. Okay. So sodium is acting as a reducing agent. So what reducing agent does? Reducing agent is somebody who will give the electron, okay, who will donate but themselves undergo oxidation. Okay, understood? So it's like if you have enough of money with you, okay, then you want to do a little of social service, you want to donate that money. Okay, so then that time others will get the money but you will be losing it, correct? No. So that's how it is. So sodium here, it is trying to give the money, so they will undergo a loss. So they will be donating, somebody else will undergo profit and they will be undergoing loss. It's like the others will get oxidized, but they themselves will undergo a reduction. Okay, so that is reducing agent. I hope it's clear now what I'm trying to tell you. So oxidizing agent means which will oxidize somebody, means make the loss of someone, but themselves undergo a reduction. And reducing agent is which will reduce someone, will make the other person to gain it, but they themselves will undergo oxidation. Okay, so here chlorine is acting as the oxidizing agent and sodium is acting as a reducing agent. Always you see which is undergoing oxidation. Now in this case I will take hydrogen and fluorine. See, hydrogen is undergoing a loss. That means they are undergoing oxidation. So the neighbor will be the oxidizing agent. Okay. So next to hydrogen you are having fluorine. So fluorine will be acting as oxidizing agent. So I'll just write oxidizing agent. And then afterwards we have fluorine which is undergoing reduction. So that means hydrogen will be the reducing agent. Okay, neighbor will be the reducing agent. Okay, clear? What is oxidizing agent and what is reducing agent? So you can write down the reactant that oxidizes the other reactant but themselves undergo reduction. Okay, and itself gets reduced. So that is oxidizing agent. Or it is also called as oxidant. Okay, they are also called as oxidant. Okay, next write down what is reducing agent. Reducing agent are those reactant which will reduce the other reactant but itself undergo oxidation. Itself gets oxidized. They are called as reducing agent, also called as reductant. Also called as reductant. You can write one more thing here in the bracket. See, reducing agent, what they actually do is they donate the electron. Okay, these are donors. So they are donor of the electrons. They are donor of the electrons, the one who will be giving. So they are reducing agent. And therefore, oxidizing agent, you can write they are acceptors of electrons. These are acceptor of electrons. Okay, the one who will accept. I told you it's like a robber. The one who will take. They will accept. They will undergo reduction. And the one who is donating it, the one who donates it, they will be the reducing agent. Okay, so they themselves will undergo oxidation. They get oxidized after the reaction is over. Okay, now if I give you one example, you tell me which is undergoing oxidation and which is undergoing reduction here. Okay, so do you see the equation? I am taking this equation, hydrogen sulfide plus chlorine, giving 2 molecules of HCl and 1 sulfur molecule. Can you tell me which is undergoing oxidation here? Now from H2S to HCl, this one. This I will number as first one, okay? So you have to tell me first is which one and second is which one. Cl2, sorry, this one. H2S to S, okay? This one. This is first one. And then Cl2 to HCl. This is second one. So you have to tell me now first one is which one and second one is which one. Okay, Cl2 to HCl is, yeah, fine. Okay. So first one is undergoing oxidation, second one is undergoing reduction, correct? Everyone agrees with this? Yeah, very good, correct. First one is undergoing oxidation. First one is undergoing oxidation and second one is undergoing reduction. So how do you identify that they are undergoing oxidation? Because there is removal of hydrogen. You see here, from H2S to sulfur, they have lost hydrogen. And you know, loss of hydrogen, they have lost hydrogen here. Loss of hydrogen is oxidation. And from Cl2 to HCl, they have got one hydrogen here. So there is gain of hydrogen. So gain of hydrogen. Okay. So gain of hydrogen is reduction. And then I've told you, if one reaction, if you are able to identify this much, oxidation and reduction. Okay. So if this reaction from H2S to S, if that is oxidation, that means the neighbor should be the oxidizing agent. So chlorine is the oxidizing agent. Okay. And if Cl2 to HCl, if they are undergoing reduction, so who is giving them hydrogen? H2S is giving them. So H2S becomes a reducing agent. Okay. So they become a reducing agent. I hope everyone is able to get this correct. Very good. I've got many answer and it is correct. You can write down this just as an example. Okay. To give you more clarity, I took this example. So now altogether we are done with 5 definitions. You see, this was in terms of electron which we did. Okay. The last one. Okay, now we will proceed, students. Next one more is remaining. Okay, before that you need to know one more concept. That is oxidation number. Okay. So oxidation number, it's very simple. Okay. Nothing but the real or apparent charge. Okay. The real or apparent charge which is there on the atom of the element. Like for example, if I take NaCl, you know what charge they carry, no? when Na and Cl are binded with each other in a bond, you know Na is positively charged. And how much positive charge? Only one positive charge. Okay. Na is Na plus here. Okay. In the plus form. And Cl is minus. Yeah, this itself is oxidation number. Okay. The real or apparent charge, what they carry. Okay. So that is called as oxidation number. So oxidation number of an element is, I will write down here, oxidation number of an element in a compound is the real or the apparent charge on one atom of the element. Okay. You could understand only this much, the real or the apparent charge on this particular element. Okay, so what they carry. So here Na is in +1 form and Cl is in -1. Okay, so that is the oxidation number. It's also called as oxidation state. Sometimes you will find them as oxidation state. Okay, so oxidation number or oxidation state, both are same thing.